You will never find yourself, and that's the good news. Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about this part. Why do I think it's impossible to find ourselves? The thing is, let's imagine this situation. You're at home and you lost your phone somewhere. You put it on a table, you don't see it, so your task is to find this phone, right? There has to be one thing, one rule code, however you want, a rule for all of the situations. This phone has to be just there. So it doesn't have to move, change its shape and etc. It will just lay there and wait for you to pick it up, right? And that's the problem. We as human beings change, evolve, we learn new things, we create some things, we can change our minds and etc. So it's like we are changing, and you can be the very same version of you your whole life, because you will meet new people, you will go through situations for the first time, different situations that will change you, that will shape you. So if we are talking about these versions of ourselves, I would like to say that it's natural that you have this old version of you in your mind. This version dies for a new version of you to be there, to be born. So it's like when we are trying to find ourselves, we are chasing nothing, because you're chasing a thing that is not there, because you're constantly changing. The next point I would love to mention is that you, as I said before, can't find yourself. You will never find yourself, but you can create one. You are choosing who you want to be with your actions. For example, you want to start your Pilates journey, I don't know, whatever. And then you have, let's say, two ways of how things will be going. The first way, you can actually start taking actions. So for example, you woke up and you think like, okay, today I'm gonna start this, therefore I'm gonna find a workout on YouTube and I'll start my little journey, or I'll find some basics today, I will learn them, I'll learn the way my body functions, I will learn some techniques of exercises so I'm not hurting myself, right? Or the other way is you are thinking, okay, I gotta start my journey, my Pilates journey, and you do nothing. So it's like an idea, but not a thing you really do in your life. So the thing is, your identity is based on things you do every single day. You decide who you really are, who you will be in future, because future depends on actions you take now. You have to give yourself this permission to change. You can change your mind, you can change your style, the way you think, what you do, your desires, your plans, your goal, whatever. You are allowed to change all of these things, because as I said before, we evolve. So it's fine if, for example, what you wanted a year ago seems kind of silly and not that important anymore. It's fine, because you are changing. You went through something you could never imagine going through back then, and this experience you went through changed you a lot. Therefore, you don't think the same way you used to. That's what you call development or growth, right? But why is it so hard for some people to, let's say, create themselves? I would love to tell about FOMO, fear of missing out. It's a thing that, in my opinion, can stop your development and can lead you nowhere. So actually, we are so afraid of missing something, even like stupid trend on TikTok. So you would rather do that, scroll your feed for hours, and not trying to take this step back from all of this and try to do something new. Doing something new takes effort, and we prefer doing things that we already know how to do, what we can expect and so on, because we don't have to work on this huge flow of information, of new information, because for it to, let's say, stay in our mind, we have to work on it, we have to learn it, we have to go through it so that we can understand some things. And you know what, instead of creating something, you watch how other people create things, you stop asking who you really are, what you really enjoy. I can even say that we stop thinking in a way, because it takes energy, and that's why we can feel this relief when some other people decide something instead of us. We don't have to put this effort, take this responsibility, and that's where we start asking ourselves, who should I be to fit in? And that's where a real trap begins, actually. So what I mean is, we can see so many aesthetics, even like from TikTok. Pilates princess, Betty, mob wife, clean girl, gym rat, every single aesthetic you can find there, because that's a lot of them actually, and you're trying to fit yourself into it. And there is nothing bad in finding things you like, in trying to bring them to life, Nothing bad. But the thing is, when you choose an aesthetic and changing everything in yourself for you to fit in, I think it's not the thing that we are talking about if we are talking about what you really want. Because in reality, people don't belong to one aesthetic. It's multi-dimensional because we can be so many things at once. You can be a boxer who also does these get ready with me widths. You can be an artist who also works with animals and goes to gym, does this heavy lifting thing. This person who is doing all of these things doesn't have to put itself in one aesthetic, for example, just being an artist and nothing else, because we have so many things. You don't have to commit to something, like one thing, for the rest of your life. You can change and you can take many topics, as many as you want, because as I said before, like maybe you are an artist who also does this heavy lifting thing, right? Anything, you can mix anything. It's also thing that I noticed in social media. It's fun when you have these categories, for example, some makeup, some psychology, some true crime reads, and etc. But there is nothing bad in mixing all of them. There is nothing bad in turning your page into something that tells about all these things, that tells about many topics, different topics as well. I don't actually see anything bad in it because that's cool. You can create a few pages if you want and to tell about some, like one topic on this page. But you don't have to limit yourself and be like, oh no, I'm gonna be about beauty only, or I'm gonna be about gym only. You have this desire to share things, so why won't you do this? Just to fit in one character that no one gives a fuck about? As a human being, you are allowed to contradict yourself, to change your opinions on something, and that's fun because we grow, and as we grow, we get new things, we change our habits, our preferences, and there is nothing bad in it. We just change, and that's it. It's not a bad thing, right? That's why you can see so many videos online that say like rebrand yourself. You can kind of reflect on it and you can think, if everything you have in your life right now is what you want to have, if we're talking about these steps to your real self, not to find but to create, I guess it's you have to be alone for some time. Like you have to leave everything behind and you have to start spending time with yourself. Maybe you, I don't know, wanted to draw a character from a TV series you recently liked. Try it. Take this art book, take your pencils and start drawing, start creating this whole composition, this whole image. Start doing actions and start creating. Stop watching other people to do something, only if it's a tutorial, right, that you will repeat. So yeah, stop spending time spying on other people and start putting effort in your own life so it changes and it becomes the way you want it to be. And please remember this thing, that you changing yourself is kind of a privilege because you aren't limited. You don't think like, this version of me I have now, it has to be this way only for the rest of my life. You can change your opinions, you can change who you are, you can create a new version of you. As I said before, we are multidimensional. You don't have to commit to one thing, to being one character. If you want to change something, it does mean that you don't love yourself, that you kind of hate what you have and you don't respect it. You can want more and appreciate all the things you have at the very same time. You are allowed to want to change your life and live a little bit happier than you do now. And remember that you have things, you have opportunities, you have so many ways to work on yourself, create that version of you you've always imagined. You just have to take some steps towards it and you will definitely get it. And thank you for being here for me. I really appreciate it.